everybody. Welcome back to That's Life podcast. My name is Abby and my boyfriend's name is Ryan and he doesn't want to give me a kiss.
I knew you were going to say that. Hey, everybody. Abby has been very awesome today.
Thank you. Why have I been awesome today?
You've cooked me 2 meals today.
I've cooked you 3. Well, I offered to cook you the 3rd.
Yeah.
But you were like, I'm not really hungry.
You're cooking me some hefty meals.
Yeah. Should we tell them what the past 2 days have consisted of?
Yeah. We definitely need to talk about the new secret to life that we found.
Which is?
The sunrise walk.
Yeah. Get into it?
Oh, I mean, we might as well.
Before we do, let's crack open a cold one.
Oh my gosh. This episode is sponsored by Olipop.
You can't make those jokes anymore because
what?
We actually are doing sponsorships. No, we're supposed to do it at the same
I'm
time.
sorry. You didn't hear that.
Sorry, guys. 1, 2, 3.
I got the cherry cola Olipop.
And I have the crisp apple.
Yeah, the crisp apple is good.
ASMR for you guys.
Which, I'm not going to lie, I got the old crisp apples in light of the holidays, seasons. It's not holiday, but I mean fall. And Abby's kind of ruined my plans because I've only got to drink one.
What can I say?
But we're out here just trying to help our gut.
This is me giving a gulp.
No one wants to hear that.
I love ASMR.
Hate that. Not on a podcast, though.
Yeah, I love it.
I hate that
If I was on a run and I heard someone giving me the tingles, I would be like...
I would cringe.
Have you ever watched ASMR?
Yes, and I don't like it.
I love it. Well, I like specific kinds.
People that watch those so I don't ever get on TikTok. Ever. And Abby does all the posting on everything pretty much, but especially TikTok. I never get on that app. And I'll get on there sometimes, just randomly if I'm posting something or just kind of seeing how the channel's doing, whatever. And Abby's, some of these videos that you watch that they do these weird breaths and talk weird and
like what? When they tap on it?
Oh my gosh, I do not like that at all.
It's like this.
Yeah, I don't like that one bit.
It's so calming. It makes me just I don't think I've ever experienced tingles. They call it you tingle. I don't do that. I just find it really calming.
What do you mean you say you tingle? It raises my blood pressure. I don't like it so much.
Well, I don't know, but apparently it gives you a tingling sensation.
Yeah, because you're so... I don't know.
We're trying to work on telling Ryan how to speak into the microphone. We got a couple
comments. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been great about being loud and...
Well, I think the thing is, too, this is podcasting 101 that I picked up, and I don't really have credibility. I just have what I think is right. But when I turn like this. Yeah. When Ryan turns, he turns like this.
Yeah, I turn away from the mic.
But it's not a bad thing. I mean,
it is a bad thing if you're a podcaster.
But instinct-wise, I have a theater background, so I'm a little more aware of microphones and stuff.
Yeah, I've never had a microphone in my face.
So you're doing really good. You're doing really good. And there is grace. I don't think you have to learn how to operate a microphone to get into heaven, so I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Anyways, wrapping it up on ASMR. If you watch ASMR, what kind of ASMR do you like? I like when they whisper.
I hate that. Oh,
I love it.
I don't like that.
I was actually thinking about that though, because I am when we live together, I'm not gonna just watch ASMR in the bed and fall asleep. I don't watch it all the time. I just every once in a while will. And
why'd you just touch my hand like that?
I didn't mean to.
Oh, I thought you were scratching me. I was like...
Don't want to kiss me. Don't want to touch me. It's fine.
You just scratched my hand. It was
Okay. Anyways, that's what I was saying. Hating on me for watching my soothing videos. Oh, I accidentally scratched you again. Sorry. I'm not trying to cause a fight here. We're actually in a really great place, guys. I'm just being sassy right now, but...
Gosh.
What?
I mean...
What?
We're actually a really good place. I'm just being sassy. You had to clarify that. What do people think we're in a bad place in our relationship because you joked?
Well, sometimes when I listen back to these, I feel like I sound mean.
I think it's just you hearing maybe only you.
Last week when I kept getting onto you for biting your nails, I was I'm being so mean right now. I felt like I shouldn't have been.
That's just your sensitive side coming out.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like you're very, 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 very nice.
Thank you.
Welcome.
That's really kind. I also wasn't trying to fish for compliments. I think I'm just overly trying to be like over self-aware of everything so I don't ever make a mistake.
Yeah. That's why.
Because I'm a people pleaser, because I'm a perfectionist.
Can we put a pause on that and just, we were talking about the secret to life and how to conquer the world, and we just went away from it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Well, go ahead. You start off.
Well, I think you should probably go ahead because you kind of came up with the idea.
Well, okay, so this is what happened.
I was just going to say, to put a pin on that, what started us, or you wanting to maybe start doing some sunrise walks is because your training is getting a little bit lower.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to run so many miles and get them in early so that your day isn't just taken up. Yeah.
But Ryan always runs his after. But Ryan, like Ryan was saying, like I was finding that as peak week was approaching and the ultra has been, the training for this ultra that we're doing is a little bit different for me. Ryan still wants to like focus on strength, but for me in this training block, I was really just focusing on like literally just running like with a solid pace, really getting my pace down and doing a ton of miles, like long runs. And so I was just really wearing on my body, and I was like, I'm just so ready to like gain strength back, to like have my days back, have energy back, and actually like put energy into things other than running. And now I'm finally able to do that because it's 2 weeks out from the race and we're tapering, and I'm really excited to focus on other things. I'm going to take a long break from training for a while. Because basically for the past year, I've been like consistently training for something coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited. All that to say, I'm excited and inspired to like start a new routine, start a new morning routine, focus more on the people in my life, focus more on work and things that inspire me. And really, honestly, my faith has taken a back burner. Like my Bible time's taken a back seat. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I hadn't thought about this until you just said that, saying a new routine. This is like crazy stuff for you.
Yeah, I know.
Like not going to run in the last 2 mornings.
Yeah.
For you is like huge. And I didn't even realize that until now. Like that, I knew it was kind of like, whoa, I can't believe she wants to like switch it up. But Abby is so like, has a certain schedule that she follows, especially when it comes to her training every day, that even if she's not training for something, she still likes to run and do all of that every day at a certain time, especially running every morning. The first thing she likes to do is run. So it's actually, now that we're talking about it, I'm shocked that you're even doing this. This is crazy.
I'm just not tired. Like, I think it's great to train, and I love training, and I love focusing on training during a training block. But I feel like I've been in a training block for an entire year.
You have.
Which is the whole year I've known you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to just like wake up and not be like, okay, let's go. First thing, like wake up, go run, go, hit it. Like I want to like realize I'm a human and get rooted in the word. Like if I don't get my Bible in the beginning of the day, I don't get it in at all. And the past month, it's like a toss up if I'll even open the Bible. And that's not who I am.
Yeah.
Like training has taken priority, and that's not something that I ever want to like compromise again.
Yeah.
Because it affects me mentally, emotionally, even physically. Like even the way I look at myself, like I've had pretty tough body image issues in the past couple of weeks. And was I in the Bible? Was I reading the word? No. Coincidence? Yeah. I think not. I mean, I am putting on weight, so there's that too. But like, what am I relying on to help me through the changes? Yeah. Not the Lord.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is like somebody can feed truth into your life and you can say like, oh, I don't want to think like that. I want to, think positive thoughts. But by saying you want to eliminate something, you have to replace it with something.
Exactly.
And you have to replace it with God's word.
Yeah. And what I was kind of doing was replacing God's word with my schedule and running and getting it in.
Yeah.
And it just finally was at the point where it's like, Abby, what are you doing with your days? And I think I go in and out of phases of having like good balance with it. I also think I'm an extremely driven person.
Yeah.
And I love working towards a goal. But I kind of just was like, but I'm not putting nearly as much effort into my relationship with Jesus as I am into this race. And so that's what inspired like getting up and doing a morning walk with you, because I was like, I just started getting in the word and being like, I want more out of life than just running. I still want to run. It's not like I'm like, bye. Like, I love running. I'll always love running. And I love things to the equivalent of it. And I am not defined by being a runner, so I can do other things. I don't have to stay the morning run every morning. So that's why that's that. But I'm talking a lot about myself. Sorry. But that is why I was like,
this is a podcast about us.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I just wanted, I don't know why, I just randomly was like, I think a morning walk, I want to like start doing a morning walk every morning, slow and just talking and being with you. Yeah. It's just so nice. And so
you said something today that I resonated with, and you were like, it's almost, and it's so true. And Abby said, it almost feels like we're in an ultimate
it almost feels like we're playing Ultimate Frisbee.
Abby said it feels like we're in
Ultima.
Abby said it feels like we're in an alternate universe when we go on a walk that early. And she's like, it feels like we're on vacation. Yeah. Because everything is so slow. And it's weird because you'll see some people out, but you hardly see anybody out. Like, the world is just not even woken up yet. There's not even really people out and about working, driving on the roads, anything. And I was thinking about that, and I feel like I hear a lot of people talk about how they get a lot of mental clarity when they run. I feel like I don't really get that. I feel like I get mental clarity when I go on walks. I don't know, something about running, it doesn't come as naturally to me as it comes to other people, I feel like. Maybe that's why, but I feel like whenever I go on a walk, like my creative side, and I'm not looking at my phone and everything's, you're just like walking and you're slowed down. You're not doing anything quick. The conversation is slow. Yeah. And you just get like,
you wake up slow.
You just get a lot of craziness out of your head, and it's just like it's like empty in there, and you can just think.
Yeah, like we have such great conversations when we go on those walks.
Yeah,
and about just random stuff.
Yeah.
And I think too, it's funny you say that, because like the feeling of that mental clarity and like, oh, everything's like, the world hasn't woken up yet. Like, I experience that on runs as well. That's why I love going on runs in the morning so much. Like, that's why I do it.
And that's why I thought about that, because I heard on a podcast, I think I was listening to Nick Bear, is talking about how he'll get done with his like runs in the morning, and he'll have all this mental clarity, and he'll like want to go tell his wife like all these ideas. And I noticed that I get that way whenever I go on walks, not runs. Whenever I get done with runs, I'm like just in a good mood.
Yeah.
I'm like, I accomplished something. But when I go on walks, I'm like, I feel like I got the world figured out. Yeah. And I got the next invention or something.
And see, that's what I'm starting to find too, because now that I've kind of done the morning walks and the morning runs and kind of had both, like, I think it's honestly switching up the routine for me that's helping. Because the morning run is kind of become something that's like muscle memory now, so I just kind of go blank. I don't really think as much. As to where, compared to this time last year, I was having all these ideas. I was literally thinking of the podcast, thinking of Jesus runners, thinking of all of these things. As to where, like, I still love running, but it's just so routine for me.
You needed a shake up.
Yeah,
and you needed a fresh wind.
Because it's windy in the morning.
Yeah, that's not where I was going, kind of,
but I think it's that. I think and people out there who are also like to operate like on a very fast paced life, I think can kind of relate to this a little bit, but like challenging yourself to start the day slow is so good for the system. I also think as believers and as like followers of Jesus, like, he's called us to be still, like, be still and know that I am God. Like, be still and know that I'm God. Like, if you want to know God, if you want to know who he is and have that relationship with him, know and have like an intimate relationship where you know the Father, like he wouldn't have put be still in front of it if it wasn't important. Like it's not just like, okay, like put on your listening ears and like you'll know where God is. Like, no, be still.
Yeah. It's interesting too, because like you saying that when in the Bible, when talking about Jesus, like you'll see this, I don't know how many times, but you'll see where in the scriptures, and they do this on purpose, obviously, they've preserved these words for us for however many years for us to see, is Jesus went away to go pray.
Yeah.
Jesus went away to go be with the Father. And it's not like, you know, a coincidence that they tell us that. Is that no, like Jesus could have just been this Superman superhero and he could have been doing miracles for 24 hours. He's God. He could have been doing anything, but he prioritized time to just go be with the Father by himself whenever it was really quiet and whenever it was really slow, even when things were really fast and like bad things were going on.
Well, and that's the thing, is that like, number one, like you said, like it's not only that you wake up before the world, but you wake up with the world. Like we go on the walk at sunrise, you see the world wake up, like the fog is coming from off the ground, like you get connected with the world and who created the world, you know what I mean? So you're connecting with the Lord's creation and how he operated it and how he designed it to operate and work. And you're literally like seeing his handiwork, seeing his artistry like unfold before your eyes. And like, it's just literally crazy that we get to witness it. And it's, you know, I love doing the runs on sunrises as well, but you're just going so fast. And sometimes it's like, you don't want to run and you know, get up and you're just like, oh, I just want to get through it. And I just forget the sun even rose.
Yeah.
And other times I don't, and it's great. But comparing like the morning walk to the morning run it's very interesting because, and I say this as a runner, like, so I feel like I should almost be more biased to the morning run, but I feel like I really like the morning walk better because like morning run, you wake up, I'm at the point now where it's like, get up, immediately go run, because if not, my head's going to hit the pillow and I'm going to go back to bed. So I need to get up, go on my run, and just start. Once I start, I'll get into it. I get into it. I go, whatever. I finish my run. I'm like, oh, I'm tired. Like, I need to eat. By the time I eat and then I shower, my brain is already going and in work mode. Yeah. And I also feel somewhat, not less motivated, but I've already used a lot of energy and kind of gassed myself. And now it's like, oh, I want to chill, but I can't. Yeah. As to where a morning walk, it's slow, it's leisurely. I wake up, I'm like, okay, I like still am going to be able to wake up while I'm doing this activity. I wake up, I do it, I get to talk, I get to engage in conversation, I get to immediately start my day being social. And as an extrovert, like that's so stimulating and like good for me. It's like the first cup of coffee is talking to you. Then after that, we go, we sit, we get in the Word. And that is where now the first parts of my energy are going. And so I think that is also something so special because like I love the morning walk because we walk and then we sit and we read the Bible. Yeah. And have a cup of coffee. And it's just nice. Like you feel like you're living a day before you start your day. Like, I mean, that takes, like we start at 6:15, we're done at like 7:30. Yeah. Majority of days start at 8 or 9. And getting up those 2 hours earlier is like amazing.
I will say you can't just dog the morning run after you've done it for the last like 3 years of your life.
No, I love it. But what I'm saying is the change is needed for me right now.
Yeah. And what were you saying today? You said something today. I can't remember what you were talking about. I want to go back. Just feeling air here.
Because this time last year, the way I'm talking about the morning walk was how I felt about the morning run. And so that's why I say it's just good for me to change my routine right now. Yeah. Because right now the morning run is becoming very repetitive and redundant. And yeah, but that's where we can put a bow on it. I don't think we really need to explain that much anymore.
No, But what is your day? What is your day looking like after that? I feel like, you know, people are probably like, what Abby's not running anymore? What's going on?
Well, I mean, I still am running.
I know. So what's your day looking like?
So the past 2 days, this is what I've done. Again, every day is different. On Wednesdays.
This is really funny too, because we've done this for 2 days.
Yeah, it's literally been
but
2
it's
days.
it's amazing.
Life-changing.
It's great.
We want to do it every day.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just come walk from my house to your house.
You know what? You know what I said to you today?
What did you say? You said a lot of things to me today.
Well, I said, you know how cool this would be if this was near the beach during the sunrise walk?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these walks are making me want to go. We act like we've been doing this forever. It's literally day 2.
Yeah, we act like we're veterans in the walking game. I will say, though.
And I will say, I feel like this is going to become a very normal thing for us. Like, this has the potential to be, like, our routine now.
It has been fall cold in the mornings.
And I love it.
It's been nice.
I literally love it so much.
Maybe a little too chilly for me. The 49, 48 range is a little too chilly for me. I'd like to be upward towards like 55, but that's been good.
I like it. I like waking up, putting on sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and then wearing t-shirts, a t-shirt and t-shorts.
T-shorts.
What are they called?
T-shirts.
And just like shorts during the day.
Yeah.
And then like sitting by a fire at night. Like, this is my prime weather. Fall Abby is peak Abby.
See, you said summer Abby was peak Abby.
See, I thought that, but this was not a hot girl summer for me. And you know that.
Yeah.
We were all aware of that. We dug into that a little bit. Usually I thrive in the summer. I did not this summer.
Now you're going, instead of on your hot girl walks, you're going on your fall girl walks.
Yeah, I'm going on my fall girl walks with my sweet boyfriend who just shaved his face.
I did. Big shave.
Ryan was trying to grow out his beard.
And it was bad.
I was not excited about it.
Well, I wasn't trying to grow out a beard. And then my friend on Saturday, we were going to a football game. He came over and said, "You growing out that 5 o'clock shadow?" And I was like, as a matter of fact, I am. So I tried to
5 o'clock shadow?
Yeah, it's like a phrase for like a scruffy beard.
Oh.
And I was like, as a matter of fact, I am, which I really wasn't, but I got a compliment on it. So I was like, I'm going to keep doing this. And then it was probably yesterday, I was like, I can't do it anymore.
What's it called when you don't have, when you're like this? Is this like midnight?
Clean shave.
Oh, it's not a time on the clock?
5 o'clock shadow is like, you know how guys have like the scruff?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 5 o'clock shadow.
No, you just told me that. But I mean, what is it like? It's just clean shave.
Oh,
it's
you
not
made a
like
midnight
12 o'clock.
joke. No, that's not, I don't think that's how that works.
Oh, a normal day for me looks something like this now, or at least this is how I want to structure my days. Well, okay, let's clear this up first because
my days.
People are very confused.
You said days.
Thank you. People are very confused about my age. If I'm in school, am I a mother? Am I a high schooler? Like, do I have a job? What? Let me clear this up, and then Ryan will share his day. I'm a student, so I am doing online school. So I do have online classes. I'm taking a full semester, a full load. I have a part-time job at the church. I have now a job on social media. And then that's this, you're looking at it, content creating, partnerships, the whole whatever. And then I'm about to start another job, which technically it is a job. I'm going to be in a show in October and November. But
Sweetie, but you said about your day.
I know, but I'm just explaining that sometimes I take on theater gigs.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
But I'm not in a theater gig season right now. So my schedule will change whenever I get into that, which I'm kind of nervous about, but...
Yeah, I'm about to lose you.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But right now, when I'm not going into the office for work, which I usually go in on Wednesdays and on Sundays, like for full days.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean, well, yeah?
Sundays.
Well, yeah.
You just well yelled my well, yeah.
I did. So this is what a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday looks like. I will, well...
The new sunrise walk.
Okay, so I can include that?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So wake up.
We actually might put that on our bio. The sunrise walkers.
Sunrise walkers. Change a whole rebrand again. Should we do another rebrand?
Yeah.
So I wake up at 5. Ryan.
Okay, come on. Just
Ryan's biting his nails again, guys. Okay, so I wake up at 5 o'clock and I'll go out and walk for like an hour-ish.
Which is just ridiculous.
Because I go and I do the 10 times 3 is what I'm calling it. Okay.
I like that.
So I set a timer for 10 minutes and I pray. And I can go over the 10 minutes, but I need to at least do 10 minutes. So you are like sucking that can like a baby sucks a binky.
Well, I couldn't get all the way back because I was hitting wall.
Your jaw was like...
Yeah, so I was trying to get as much as I could.
It's a good technique there. So I'll walk, I'll do 10 minutes of prayer, and I'll just go through, pray for other people. I'm really trying to focus on my prayer life right now. And then for the next 10 minutes, I'll go in my notes app, plan out my day. So I'll like write out what my day looks like, what I need to get done that day, and then if I have extra time, what I'll work on like after I get the things I need to get done. I'll do that, and then I'll answer all my text messages because I'm really bad about answering text messages. So I have to do it like it's a chore.
The world's worst.
And then that usually takes 10 minutes. And then my last 10 minutes, I'll start editing a video. So I'll edit whatever reel we need to do, or I'll do a voiceover if I've already edited it, or I'll just prepare the post that we're going to post for that day so we at least have one post up.
Yeah.
And then if I get around to editing another reel or another post, then I'll post it either later that day or save it for the next day or whatever. And I'll just kind of like get everything ready, schedule it all so we can post it that day. So I know, okay, I've already checked that off the list. Mm-hmm. Then I come wake Ryan up, and that's around 6:15. And then we go walk from his house, and we do like a little loop around the like park that's like right next to his house. And then by that time, it's about 7:15. I'd say we walk for like an hour.
Yeah, it's like usually like a 2.5 mile walk.
Yeah. And then we come back, make coffee, and then read our Bibles, and then eat. This morning we ate breakfast. Yesterday we didn't eat breakfast, but breakfast is somewhere in there. I'll either eat before or after the gym, depending on how hungry I am. Then Ryan starts work, and I go to the gym, and that's around like 8:30, 9. And then I'll be back by 10, start my day. I aim to start my day at 10 every day. I'll work from like 10 to 1, go on a run. Right now I'm sitting at like 8 to 10 miles. And then, but again, I'm still in training block mode, so probably won't be that high moving forward. And then come back, work from 3 to 6, then continue working if I need to. Like last night, that's the luxury of being able to kind of have flexible jobs, is that like last night we went to church and then I came back and finished working for like 2 more hours. But yeah, just kind of like finish everything until I need to. But if I'm just like doing stuff that's like getting me ahead for the next day, I'll stop at 6, stop at 5 or 6. Then we watch shows, make dinner, hang out, go to activities, go to church if we need to go to church, or do whatever. And then I'm usually out by like 10 o'clock. That's my day.
That's a great day.
Thank you.
And that wasn't even, we didn't even plan to ask that, but now once you said, you kind of threw my brain for a loop whenever you said that you needed a schedule change. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa, yeah, this is big.
Yeah. I want to put more efforts into.
I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. I think what it is I'm just we're planning a lot for the future and thinking about being an adult and like on my own. I want to put more efforts into like building the life that I actually want to live as like a me person, mm-hmm. rather than just, I'm still in college. Like I still think in school brain, mm-hmm. and college brain, and just kind of like, get the assignments done, get to the gym, make sure you eat, hang out with friends. And now it's like, I actually like have desires for a career and like creating things. And my goals in life are now having fulfilling days and waking up excited for the day. Yeah. Rather than like, gotta turn in this assignment. Yeah. What's your day?
Yeah, that's good too, is trying to have a fulfilling day and trying to just prioritize that day. Because if you just stack days, obviously that turns into a a pretty great month, and then it'll turn into a great year and something you built. You know, you don't see it right away, but you can go into the next year and be very proud of the year that you had if you just prioritize having a fulfilling day that day.
And I think that's just the goal right now, is just keeping today's worries in today, focusing on today, being where my feet are. And I think that's why the schedule is important, because I want to find a balance of enjoying the days and being motivated, and also being social and being with friends. Like,
yeah,
I did some of my schoolwork today with a friend, and so I was still doing things I needed to do, but having that time to be with her was like, it just made it better.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your day look like?
Well, you went into the sunrise walk, 6:15 wake up call from Abby.
From me.
Usually with cold hands on the back, which is just ridiculous. That was crazy. And then, I mean, the morning is pretty much the same. I usually try and log on to work around any time after 8. So it's usually any time between 8 and 8:45. I'm logged on to work for the day. I have a morning meeting every morning at 8:45. I'm in sales. I work for a software company, so I am a full-time corporate America boy. But
the joys.
Yeah, the joys of that.
Of corporate America.
But I work from home, which is very, very, I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. So my schedule is quite flexible, but we are in my office right now. So the studio is like in like a corner of this room, and we're looking at my desk and chair and computer and everything. And so I work off of a laptop, and I'm in here pretty much from, I would say 8:45 until usually done around 4 o'clock, occasionally a little sooner, occasionally a little later. It just depends on the day. I usually take an hour for lunch, so I will get done with lunch, or I'll get done with the work that I'm doing at around like 11:30. It just depends, somewhere around lunchtime. And I will usually plop on the couch for a little bit, like the first 30 minutes. I just like to just sit and not think, pretty much, and just do something that's not like stimulating my brain, because I'm staring at a computer screen all day and talking a lot.
And that wears you out.
It does wear me out. It does. And then usually after those 30 minutes are up, I'll like go outside. Like today, I was like, went outside. Abby was on the balcony, and I was like, do you want me to go to the P.O. box and pick up our packages? Because I need to get out of the house. I was not having a great day at work. I just wasn't in it. And so I got out of the house a little bit. I usually have 2 cups of coffee. I'm doing cold brew right now.
That surprised me when you had cold brew this morning.
Yeah, I've been making that cold brew. It's what's that brand? Stoff's?
I have no idea.
I think it's something like that. And then I do a little bit of almond milk in it and 1 stevia. And I usually it's about a half of a cup is probably about the cold brew that I'm having. I know this isn't a coffee talk, but it's, kind of what I
have 3 stevia.
That's a lot of stevia.
I know.
Why do you do 3?
Well, yesterday I did 2. Today I did 3.
That's a lot. Shh. Yeah. But, I mean, that's pretty much it. And then for work, at least. And I get done, and I usually go, there's a gym. Abby's worrying about my mic.
Ryan keeps turning away.
Yeah. And
it's not a big deal, but I know you're going to listen back and be like,
there's a gym that's right next to my apartment, and sometimes I'll go there, but since I've been running so much, I have been just basically going right into my running after work. And it depends on the mileage, anywhere from usually like 4 to 10 probably. And I get done with that, shower right away, and eat dinner. Abby usually, I gotta lie, guys, I've been spoiled lately. Abby usually had dinner.
Lately? This has been a day 1 since we started dating thing.
No, I know, but I'm just thinking, like, as of late, you've had like dinner waiting for me after my workouts.
Yeah.
Which is very sweet.
Well, because I know you enjoy that. Like,
I do.
There was
enjoy
one
that.
time where you asked, you were like, could you do me a big favor? And I was like, what do you want to eat? And then you're like, I just want to have it so that it's ready when I'm finished. And then I was like, oh, okay, so that's I love doing that. It's like my love language. So I'm happy to do it. Like
That's been really nice.
I love making food for people.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It makes me feel like I have so much more time because cooking for me is really daunting. And so it feels like a big thing. And if it's just done for me, I feel like I have like 3 more hours in my night. Whenever it's really just like 20 to 30 minutes, but it feels like a lot of time.
I just love doing it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Even if it's just like preparing a snack or like pouring a bowl of popcorn. Like, it's just the act of like sharing food.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting considering how much history I have with food.
Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, that is funny.
I know. Wonder if there's any correlation there.
Yeah, I don't know. But the last year I had a really packed like evening schedule. I was doing a lot of church events and stuff. So I've slowed down a little bit in that just because we have picked up a lot of like podcast and content stuff. So I obviously I serve at the church on Sundays, but Monday nights are my like young adult. We have a young adult ministry here at the local church, and I love it. I'm all about that time of life, and I'm very passionate about that time of life. So that's like my night, and I'm really, really into that. And so I love that, the worship nights that we have, and it's basically church for young adults. It's pretty cool. And I get to help lead a life group every other Monday as well.
And a life group is?
It's just a small group basically for young adult guys, mainly like guys from like 19 or 18, I guess, whatever post high school is, to like early 30s, single guys, and not married.
You're so gifted with that age too. You're gifted with all of the ages, but I really see you thrive with that college age. You just know how to speak with people and bond with people of that age.
Yeah, it's whenever I got saved and whenever like Jesus really transformed my life, and I understand how transformative those years are. Just like a lot of other years are very transformative. Like you're very passionate about high school, and
because that's when
a little younger, and it was very transformative for you. But the college age is just college, and a little bit of post college is like chef's kiss for me.
Yeah,
which is a weird thing to say, but. And
they respond really well to you too. I've noticed. Like watching you worship and then worship with other people that are there in that community too. Like you are a leader, and anyone in that church would agree that like you have this like air, or like you walk into a room and people like notice that your energy is different because you just have like the light of Jesus there. And especially with like that age, it I don't want to say it like reads well, because that sounds like it's like a performance. It's not a performance for you, but I guess just even you just being there, the energy in the room shifts because you just carry the love of the Lord so heavily.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're not trying to just make this podcast about compliments, but that was very nice.
Well, can I say, Ryan is a jumper though when he worships.
I do like to jump sometimes.
Yeah, Ryan likes the occasional.
Where are we at on time?
Wow, you really want to get done?
No. Look at the camera; it's starting to overheat.
I know. I almost told you before we started this podcast that if the camera starts to shut off, it's okay. Just don't say anything.
I don't like it.
I know, but we can give her a break. Yeah. It's okay. It'll be okay.
Well, how much time are we at?
We're at 40 minutes.
Okay, we're doing good. Camera's doing well. I didn't pray over the camera before this.
Oh, we didn't pray over the camera.
Yeah, well, we prayed last week over the camera, and it still died.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But it was a little different because we had a camera on the computer.
Yeah.
But there was something I wanted to touch on with us, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was about me talking about marriage. I think I'm talking about marriage too much. Again. I think I'm back into talking about marriage too much phase.
Well, here's the thing, and Caleb said this last week, and I thought it was really smart, and I agree with. Abby is like trying to ask when an engagement is coming, and not even in the sense of like months. She's like wanting to know, is it going to like happen in the next couple weeks? And I'm like, Abby, you can't say that. You can't ask that. It's just going to ruin a surprise.
So does that mean yes?
No, it means no. Have it in January.
I was thinking about that though, and I was like, okay, I actually need to stop. Like, it's time for me to stop now.
You just got to stop asking about that specifically.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think I was at... Well, yeah, I am. I actually kind of am. Guys, I got pumpkins today.
You did get pumpkins today. 2 white pumpkins.
Okay. I
That
think
was a
it's
pleasant
time.
surprise.
You know, that's what I thought so too. Whenever I drove by the little farmer's market and I saw them, I was like, you don't need to spend money. You don't need to spend money. And then I was like,
But it's pumpkins.
I have to get these right now. I was so excited. Okay. It is time to answer your questions. I'm the one looking at the questions this time.
We're going to answer 2?
We're going to answer, I don't know how many we're going to answer. I kind of want to answer a couple.
Okay. I responded to the ones on there too last week and just
I saw that.
DM'd them and let them know that we answered their questions.
Yeah, guys, if you want to know who does what, I edit the reels, post the reels, and do the highlights. Ryan does the broadcast channel, and he's usually the one that's responding to comments.
Yeah.
But we both respond to DMs,
Yeah.
I would say.
Well, we respond to DMs that are directed towards us.
Yeah, but we read every single DM.
Yeah.
We just can't respond to them all, but we read every single one.
Yeah.
And we love them. Unless they're mean. Then we love you still, but maybe not love the words.
This is funny. Somebody DM'd me the other day and said, it's just really funny. It was just so random. But it just read, "You better treat her right."
Yeah, period. Who was it? Name drop them. Remember. Okay, I like this question. What other jobs have you worked in the past, and which was your favorite?
Oh, wow. I love that question.
Ryan is going to give you guys a novel of an answer.
I've worked a lot of jobs. My first ever job was at Five Below. I was a sales associate. Shout out Five Below. That was my first job. I think I was 16. And then I worked at UPS as like a package handler, like in a big warehouse, not driving a truck.
UPS people make bank.
I made good. It was a college job, and it was a seasonal job for over Christmas. And I've done a lot of landscaping. I did landscaping, like lawn and landscaping, 3 summers. And I've done big kid jobs now. I'm in sales, but my favorite job I've ever done, my most unique job I've ever done, is the summer before I went off to college, summer of 2017. I helped build Cracker Barrel rocking chairs in a warehouse.
Crazy. The jobs I've worked are, I don't think I've ever worked an actual job, like hosting or like stores. Like I just babysat growing up, but I was like nanny babysitting because it was during COVID and both of the parents worked. So I was with them from 7 a.m. till 5.
Yeah. That's a good job though. Tax free.
It was incredible. And the kids were in 6th grade and 8th grade.
And usually them parents got that money if they paying for a nanny.
Well, I wasn't technically a nanny and they were older. Like I don't even remember what I got paid if I'm being honest, but it was the best job ever in the entire world because of the children. Like they were my best friends. They still are my best friends. Like, well, I mean, we don't see each other. I don't babysit them, but it was incredible. We would go places, we would drive places, and it was cool because like if one kid needed to go to tennis, I could leave the other kid at home.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like I had to. Oh, it was just an incredible job. And they were so funny. We would just laugh. We would cook. We would bake. We would go to the pool. I would work out with them. One of them had a personal trainer and I would do the workouts with them. Like it was so fun. One of them was a really big tennis player and I would throw balls for him and he would like hit them back. And oh, it was just so cool. When they had friends over, like they would hang out with their friends. It was great. And the dog was so sweet. Like me and that dog. But it was also awesome because I could do my school and they would do their school and we would all just kind of do it together. I really learned a lot. That was the job that I learned parents don't have it all figured out. That's when I was like, oh, parents are also learning.
It's their first time out here.
Yeah. But I also was an elf at a Christmas like lights place. That was fun. I think I was Jingle. I was either Jingle or Bells. One of us was Jingle, one of us was Bells. I think I was Jingle. I can't remember. But there was one night that the Olaf in the mascot costume wasn't there and I had to be in it. They put me in it. I took 3 showers when I went home that night.
What's Olaf?
Olaf, the snowman from Frozen.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to dance in like the light scene. I still think about that smell of that costume to this day. Oh, I can't.
That's funny.
I can't. And then I also would do choreography jobs here and there. But I don't think I ever got paid for it. I might have got like a stipend or something. I think that's pretty... Oh, no, I was my sister's assistant. She did weddings and I was the assistant for wedding planning or whatever. I work at the church now. I love it. yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Nice.
And just picking up money here and there.
Yeah, picking it up off the trees.
Sometimes I would like give kids lessons, like dance lessons, just over the counter kind of stuff. Over the counter? That's
Over
not
the counter.
That's not the right word, is it?
Under the table.
Okay. How does Abby have the motivation to get up that early? That's funny. I think it's just the thought of wasting
She got
a
a
day.
little crazy in her.
No, what it is just the thought of wasting a day. I really truly love this life, and I love the experiences that you get to live in each day. I think I just have really found a love for the day as a day. And so what motivates me to, even if I'm tired, I mean, if I'm really exhausted, I'll sleep in, but I just feel so much better knowing that I've lived a day and I get to like wake up with the world, and knowing that I don't want to waste a day helps me get up early.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what do you like about, I wouldn't even say you sleep in, but I would say you enjoy a slower morning.
Yeah, I'm very pro slow morning. I mean, I'm up usually by 7 every morning. I don't really think there's a time where I'm awake past that, but I don't know. I have a really big appreciation for just, I don't know, I'm a slower person, and I like to start my mornings a lot slower as well.
Yeah, that's good. Favorite crumble cookie flavor?
Well, it's buttermilk pancake.
Oh, yeah. Mine used to be pumpkin chocolate chip, but these cold cookies are kind of popping off lately, and I really loved the Oreo mint chip.
Oh, that was good.
That one was so good.
That was good.
How did you stay patient and trust God's timing with your relationship? Do you want to start or me?
How would you want me to answer that?
That was a lot of hows.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I mean, what is your initial thought? Like,
Well,
it doesn't even have to be when we first started dating. It can even be within the relationship.
Can you ask it again?
How did you stay patient and trust God's timing with your relationship?
With your relationship,
I think
trust God's timing in finding someone? Is that, you think that's what they're asking?
I just think in our relationship, patience can apply in many different avenues.
Yeah, but
Like-
it sounds like...
Well, answer the way you interpret it, and then I'll answer the way I interpret it.
Well, I would just say that I really desired a relationship with someone, and I've been in relationships in the past. Like, Abby's not my first girlfriend, and
You've been with other girls besides me? You've looked at other girls besides me?
no, I was just kidding.
Side note, and then we'll get back to Ryan's answer. I went through a phase when we first started dating where I would like freak out if I even made eye contact with another guy, because I felt like I was doing something wrong. Like, I'd be at the gym and I'd be like, wait, Ryan, I feel so bad. I like made eye contact with this guy, but I hope he doesn't think I'm flirting with him, because that's not what I'm doing at all, I promise. And Ryan was like, Abby.
I would make Abby feel really bad.
No, you wouldn't.
Say, quit cheating on me.
No, he was very comforting, but he was like, Abby, you're being so silly.
I would text her back the 10 Commandments.
Anyways, if there's any other girls out there that are extremely paranoid and letting the devil come in and feed you these lies, say, not today, Satan. Continue.
I would just say I didn't really have to be patient, in the sense of I had to like concentrate on being patient. I was not looking for a relationship whenever Abby and I met. I really kind of had turned that part off, and not fully off, but I was really, really focused. Whenever I met Abby, I was actually still living in Nashville, and I was a day away from moving back to Bowling Green. And one of the big part of the reasons why I was moving back to Bowling Green was because of the church, and I wanted and because of the community that I had here. And really, I was coming back to just be involved with that and be around that, because I was in a season of life where I felt like I had kind of missed that a little bit. And it kind of just fell in my lap, and God has a funny way of doing that. And there's a pastor that says this a lot of the time, or I've heard this a lot of the time. I'm sure it's Jonathan Pecluda, I would guess, that I hear it from him. But really, really, really try when you're in that singleness season and you're desiring a relationship, I'll give you 2 pieces of advice. One is go to church, because that's probably most likely where you're going to find a godly girl. Not saying all the time.
Ladies.
2 is find the godliest girl you know, find the godliest guy you know, and ask them out on a date. And if that person doesn't want to go on a date with you, find the next godliest girl you know, next godliest guy you know, and ask them on a date. My last piece of advice, which I just realized I'm giving 3,
wow,
is stop trying to think of yourself so much and think of how you can develop your relationships that you already have and how you can serve people as much as possible.
That's really good.
That was a long-winded answer.
I mean, it was good. I think the way I interpret it is more so being patient within us in the now.
Yeah.
And
well, it's good then. We can answer it
hit
in 2
two
ways.
different. I think for me, like
check.
the
Sorry,
first.
I just had to do that.
Why?
I don't know.
That was crazy. Okay. Anyways, what I would say is the first thing I obviously think of is staying patient and not doing things that don't honor the Lord.
Not having sex.
Yeah. I didn't want to have to put a trigger warning, but
Sorry.
I guess I'm going to have to put a trigger warning. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, I think just staying patient in that is like obviously the first thing that I think of. And how is because self-discipline and knowing that my desire to be a faithful Christian and worship the Father is bigger than the desire to be immoral. And, you know, we can compare it to like anything. Like I may have the desire to go rob a bank, but I'm not going to do it because I know it's not right. I may have the desire to have sex before marriage, but I'm not going to do it because I know it's not right. It's not sinful for me to have the desire to have sex. You know what I mean? Like that's a God-given desire. That's God honoring. Yeah. It's sinful when we act on it before we're married. Yeah. And when you feed it, when you continue to think about it, when you fantasize, and when you blah, 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 blah. Like,
yeah, when you blah, 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 blah.
You know what I mean? Fill in the blank.
I know. I'm
just But the innate, like that desire, that's a God honoring desire. But we can't picture it in our brains. We can't let ourselves go past that line. So I think just boundaries and reminding yourself of your why and knowing that it is going to be so worth it. And yeah, so I think that. I also think patience in allowing yourself to open up and allowing the other person to go at their own pace. It was really hard for me to understand that Ryan has a different pace of opening up and developing and sharing and being open. And for me, I'm an open book. I come on here and talk about sex on a podcast. And I mean, look at you now, so are you. But when we first met, that was not the case. And that takes a lot of patience from both ends of, hey, we operate differently and we have the choice to either learn from this and help each other grow, or be like, oh, this is too hard. Like, I can't wait this out. And either way, I mean, both are valid sides, but if you really love the other person and you're willing to put in that work, then patience is key. And the way to learn what that patience is like, and a perfect example that we're given of God honoring patience is Jesus. Get in the Word. Like, learn what that looks like. Read the books. Ask the mentors. Get the advice. Listen to the podcasts. And pray. Ultimately pray for patience. Ask other people to pray for you for patience. Yeah, I think those are my 2 of just patience with people operate differently. Everyone's going to operate differently. And the moment that you learn to accept it, that's when you'll start thriving and growing, and then reminding yourself of your why. Those would be my 2. Yeah.
I think when people think of patience, they think of it's just like a gift and it's not something you can practice, but you have, in order to grow something, you have to practice it and take care of it and like a plant. You have to water it. You have to give it the sunlight. Like, you don't just become patient because you're patient. Like, more people are naturally patient, but you can learn to grow and be patient. And I think people will just think like, and I'm not saying this person's saying that, but I'm saying in general, like, I feel like the word patience can have this like weird thing around it of just like, oh, that person is a patient person. And it's like, no, you can actually grow that characteristic.
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like, yes, we're given gifts, and yes, we have different traits. And also, you have to nurture that. You have to practice that. I wasn't born a runner. I wasn't born a fitness girly.
She's a runner. She's a
But I was
star.
interested in it. I wanted to do it. I knew I wanted to do it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I keep working at it every day.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, you know? I mean, that's why, like, at the beginning of this podcast, like, Jesus went away. Why did he go away? To put into practice his devotion to the Father, to put into practice talking, being with him. I think also we have to remind ourselves, Jesus felt everything. Everything we feel, Jesus has felt it. Did he act on it? Maybe not. But like, when you're feeling impatient and fill in the blank, Jesus has been there. I also think communication, a big thing for us in being patient with one another, even in little arguments. Like, ooh, I had to be so patient because I really struggle with impatience. Just in talking through problems or wanting the problem to be resolved, but it's not. And rather than, oh my gosh, I just can't do this right now, communicate through it, because that will help you stay patient in hearing the other person.
Yeah.
I think.
Amen.
Period.
Amen.
Tie a bow on it. Last one. Also when you were talking about watering a plant, my brain went to the men tell all when Jen was like, also we never talked about that. But when Jen was like, you know what I do when I love something? I nurture it.
I'm still Team Devin.
I don't throw it away. What?
Yeah.
You're going to get hated for that.
I don't care. I'm still Team Devin.
Wait, why?
Because I just think he's a little misunderstood, and I feel like...
Ryan, you're going to get canceled.
I don't care. I'm still Team Devin.
Someone commented and they were like, your prediction of Devin on the last podcast did not age well. And I was like, ugh.
It kind of did age well, though, because we were right on who she picked.
Well, yeah, but we were hyping Devin up. We were like, he's such a good guy. He pursues her, and he... Blah, blah, blah.
I'm still hyping him up. I don't back what he did, but I will just say I felt like the men... What is it called? Men Tell All? Is that what the last episode
no,
is?
I forgot what it was called.
The finale.
The finale.
I feel like that whole conversation between him and Jen was set up for him to just get blasted.
I agree. I want to hear his side. I know there's got to be some misunderstanding there. I also know those tears were real, and I feel for Jen. And I also know Devin is human.
Yeah.
And
is he a human?
It sounds to me like both sides are valid, and both sides, I don't know. It's hard to insert yourself into the media and into entertainment because it's for show. You don't even know how much of it is reality.
I feel like a lot of that is reality.
Actors. There's a script. There's a format. You know what I mean?
I feel like them and talking on there isn't so much scripted.
I don't know.
But I do feel like
producers are in Jesse's ear, though.
That's like what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying Jen and Devin up there aren't.
I don't know.
I don't think they're acting.
I don't know.
Let's hit it. One last question.
Okay. Yeah, we need to stop talking about this. I don't know. I just think people are human, and I feel bad that anyone's getting hate because relationships are messy. And you don't have to choose a side. You can just let them figure it out.
Yeah, and I'll be Team Devin. I'll choose a side.
I'm not choosing any side. Ryan will probably get canceled. But that's okay because we're still going to get married, and I love you. What are some good mantras for a hard workout? What is a mantra? Like a saying? Like a motivational thing?
I was hoping you were going to know what that meant.
I think that's what it is. It's just like things to say to get you through it. Mantra.
Well, I'm not going to be very good at this.
Oh, it's Hindu or Buddhist. Okay, well then let's change it a little bit to just like, what are some good things to say to help get you through your workout?
What do you mean?
Like when you have a really hard workout what are some things that motivate you?
I'm not a big hoorah motivational person. I mean, I'm in the camp of doing something you don't want to do produces fruit. So whatever that is, if it's lifting for you, or if it's, I don't know, what are some other things that are really, reading a book, or
Reading your Bible.
Exactly. Like, there's a lot of things that you don't want to do, and when you're going through that hard workout, think about the reward you get, that feeling you get, that satisfaction you get whenever you're completed, and you get to say, I did that, and I didn't cut a corner. Because whenever you do cut a corner and you don't finish that workout, how does that make you feel?
I think too, some people, it's hard to get out of bed. Some people are low. I've been there. Or it's like, I don't even want to go through this day. Like, I'm just done. I think, so no matter what scale you're on of, am I trying to get through a workout? Am I trying to get through the day? Am I trying to get through this conversation? No matter what scale it is, for me to get through hard times is kind of like broadening the question, but I think it's, how am I going to feel after? How am I going to feel after? Because if I just start, then there will be an after. And I think that's the thing, is like, give yourself 5 minutes. You can do anything for 5 minutes. You're nervous about walking into the gym. Walk in. Go on a treadmill. You know how to go on a treadmill. Walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes and leave, because that's more than not going at all. Yeah. There was a before, there's an action, and there's an after.
You know what they say the heaviest thing is at the gym?
What?
The front door.
Oh, I was like, please don't say you.
Why would I say that?
I would also say, if you're not motivated to do it unmotivated, because you're still doing it.
Yeah. I think I think you should stay right there, because I think what people are looking for a lot of times, they're looking for motivation to do something. And a lot of times, like, how often are you just motivated to go run in the morning?
No, but I do it anyways.
Exactly.
And it may not be the best. I think the thing is, doing something well and doing your best, those are different. Doing something well is whatever, success in the world's eyes. Doing your best for that day is success.
Showing up and just doing what you can.
But the moment you compare it to someone else, that's when it devalues it.
It's a good point.
Because comparison is the thief of joy.
That's right.
Amen. And that's when the devil's going to creep in.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more spiritual than we think, of even walking in the gym and being like, oh, I just don't even feel like doing this. Like, walk in, do the steps. Don't even think about it. Put it into practice. Like, just do it.
Yeah. And I would think of the ultimate, like, think of the end of it, but also, like, especially on a run or something, you got to break it down to the next step. You can't think of, oh my goodness, I have to get to 2 miles. How am I going to get to 2 miles? No, get to the next 5 steps.
Yeah.
And then do 5 more steps. Right. And then do 5 more steps. And you'll be really, 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 really surprised how further you can go. And a lot of times, whenever you're tired, like physically, you can go so much further, and your mind won't let you unless you just really, really get after it.
And give yourself grace.
Yeah, for
the mistakes.
I just David Goggins y'all, sorry.
Well, I think there's a time and a place for that, and there's also a time and a place for...
Kelly Murphy's going to get on me for saying that.
No, I think that's great. I think people, me, myself included, are very sensitive sometimes to the go, but I think that is great. And also, maybe you said you were going to go out and take 10 steps, but instead you did 20. Yeah. Don't beat yourself up because you didn't do 25. That's kind of where I'm saying. There's a middle ground there. Yeah. And there are going to be some days where you're David Goggins, and there are going to be some days where you're a couch potato. Yeah,
I think it's good to, especially as believers, is the obsession aspect of, we're not making this our idol. But man, we really want to do well whenever we're doing it, because we want to do it to honor God. And whenever we do it well, we want to give it all back to God.
Period. And that's that on that.
Yeah, that's the end of the show.
And that's the end of it. Hey guys, we love you.
That was so much fun.
And Jesus loves you. That was so much fun. And the camera almost lasted.
It did last. That's life.
I'm just trying to wait for another paycheck, and then we'll be getting a new camera.
We're broke. That's why you need to subscribe to the podcast. Follow the Instagram. We love you guys so much.
Love you. And
Leave a 5-star on Spotify.
Okay. We love you. Jesus loves you. And
that's life.
that's life.
That was a great episode, sweetie.